Today we are celebrating our 500th episode. And to celebrate this monumental achievement, we are going through 50 of our greatest lessons from 50 interview episodes that we did with world-class happy hustling entrepreneurs. For now, let's dive into this episode, this 500th very special episode of the Happy Hustle Podcast.
Do you want blissful balance in your personal and professional life? Great. What's up, guys? My name is Cary and I want to help you happy hustle a life you love, one full of passion, purpose, and positive impact. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur, a professional model / actor, a digital marketing specialist, a podcast host, author, a biohacker, an eco warrior, a martial artist, a hippie cowboy, and a humanitarian. My goal is to educate, inspire, and entertain you to live a life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. It is time to happy hustle your dream reality.
500. That is the number of episodes that we have put out for the Happy Hustle Podcast. And to celebrate today's monumental 500th episode, we are doing something super special and sharing with you 50 of the greatest lessons learned from 50 of our past badass, world-class, happy hustling entrepreneurs and just amazing humans in this aggregated celebratory episode. What's up, y'all? My name is Cary and I am a lifestyle entrepreneur, USA Today best-selling author of our book, The Happy Hustle version 2.0, 10 Alignments to Avoid Burnout and Achieve Blissful Balance. And I'm the podcast host of the Happy Hustle Podcast, which is top 0.5% globally ranked show with over 5.5 million streams. And we are celebrating our 500th episode in style. We're doing some amazing giveaways on social media. If you're not following us at Cary check it out. We're giving away books and swag and prizes for this monumental occasion. And something I'm super proud about before we get into these 50 takeaways and greatest lessons is that we have not missed putting out 2 episodes every single week since we started the podcast in November 2019. That is something, clap it up for my amazing team, our Happy Hustle family. Shout out to Connie and Chan and Michael and Charmy. You guys are rock stars and I'm so grateful. So let's get into the 50 greatest lessons. And we're going to kick things off with Mr. Dan Martell. And how this is going to work is I'm going to share a lesson and then I'm going to share an insight from that lesson and from having them on the podcast that I want to, kind of distill into my own words. Okay. So let's just go rapid fire through this list, starting with Mr. Dan Martell, serial entrepreneur and just real happy hustler. His lesson is time is your most valuable resource. Leverage systems to reclaim it. And he talks about this in his book, Buy Back Your Time. If you haven't read it, definitely check it out. The insight here is Dan emphasizes the importance of building scalable systems so that entrepreneurs can spend more time doing what they love. This is key here. All right, number 2, Mr. JP Sears. The lesson, authenticity is your superpower. Embrace your true self. Now, he is a conscious comedian and just hilarious ginger. He's also getting super jacked. Shout out to him. And the insight here from JP is JP teaches when you live and communicate authentically, you naturally attract the right people and the right opportunities into your life. Facts. We actually saw him live on stage in Bozeman, where I live, Bozeman, Montana. However, if you haven't seen him live in comedy, you should definitely check him out. All right, number 3, Mr. Darren O'Lean. This guy, he has a show on Netflix with Zac Efron. He's a really cool eco entrepreneur, and his lesson is optimal health starts with the small everyday choices you make. Specifically, he wrote a book called Fatal Conveniences, and it's all about the toxins and the plastics and all the crap in our products that we use every day and how they're poisoning us. Now, the insight here is Darren emphasizes that paying attention to what you consume, how you move, and the environment you're in can drastically impact your long-term health and vitality. And I've seen this in my own life, just cleaning up the products that we consume, our diet, and our water and our environment. All this stuff makes a difference in happy hustling a life that you love. All right, number 4, Miss Candy Valentino. She is an absolute stud entrepreneur. She talks all about wealth and how to accrue more and generate passive income and how to really invest in real estate. But her lesson is actually one of generosity. And her lesson, for the sake of this episode, is generosity is the ultimate key to building wealth and fulfillment. And fulfillment is what we all seek. And the insight here is Candy teaches us that financial success should always be paired with a heart of service and giving back to others. Let me just tell you straight up, guys, Candy's story is freaking amazing. She was like actually grew up in a damn trailer park and she made something out of nothing. And she's definitely one you want to check out. She has a new book that just came out and she has a nonprofit that is saving tons of animals. Just really cool human. Check it out. All right, number 5, Mr. Garrett Gunderson, my brother from another mother. This guy is truly a gem of a human and one of my favorites. And he talks all about financial literacy. He wrote, multiple USA Today, New York Times, Wall Street Journal bestsellers, one being Killing Sacred Cows. Got to check that out. The lesson here is questioning conventional financial wisdom leads to real wealth and freedom. See, a lot of people get sold a bill of goods from the system, and Garrett's whole methodology bucks the system and teaches you how to invest in stuff like whole life insurance policy where you become your own bank. And you got to go into his rabbit hole of the financial game if you want to learn more, but all about tax efficiency and strategies to keep more of the money you earn. I've learned a ton from him. Insight here, Garrett challenges the status quo of personal finance, advocating for smart investments and rethinking how we build wealth. All right, keeping it going with number 6, Miss Susan Bratton. Now, she is an intimacy expert to millions, and she is an absolute character and a happy hustler at that. The lesson here is intimacy and connection are critical for personal happiness and relationship success. So, she's pushing 50 and she's having more intimacy, more connection, and more love than pretty much anyone that I know. And yeah, why not learn from people like that? She's also got 44 different books and programs out in the world. So definitely check her out. An insight here is Susan emphasizes the importance of nurturing deep, authentic connections in both personal and professional relationships, and also building trust with your partner. Like, the first step in increasing your intimacy is increasing the safety in your relationship. That was a big takeaway for me. All right, number 7, Brian freaking Johnson. Brian Johnson, the author of Heroic, one of my favorite books to date. He has the Heroic app. The book is called Arate. The app is called Heroic. But man, he is all about living life to the fullest and with intentionality. And the lesson here is personal mastery is the foundation for making an impact in the world. So you have to first take care of yourself if you want to make a greater impact on the planet. Now, the insight here is Brian shares that the pursuit of becoming the best version of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally leads to greater success and fulfillment. And this is kind of a no-brainer, but you got to check out some of his Stoic philosophies paired with the modern wisdom. He really goes, full bore history with this modern methodologies in his book. It's like over 1,000 pages, but it's phenomenal. Highly recommend checking out the book Arate. All right, number 8, Mr. Ben Greenfield, my man. This guy, one of the best, and most recognizable biohackers in the game. He is a New York Times bestselling author. He's just a man of faith. I just recently read his book Fit Soul. Highly recommend that too if you want to get a deeper connection to God. And we did a mastermind with him recently. We brought our guys over to his house. 18 of us went over there and we did a whole biohacking your basically your life. We called it the Optimized Life Mastermind. It was super cool because we got to really just break bread and be in his own house, looking at exactly how he lives his life, morning routine, afternoon routine, night routine, supplement protocols, nutrition plans, exercise routines, all that stuff. Anyway, the lesson here is biohacking can unlock new levels of physical and mental performance as well as energy. And, he has so much wisdom. I highly recommend checking out his stuff. The insight here is Ben teaches us how to optimize our bodies with science-backed strategies to live longer and healthier lives. Yeah, highly recommend going down his rabbit hole as well. We were talking, you know, people to learn from. If you are looking to crush it with your health in this upcoming next chapter of your life, then look no further than Ben Greenfield. All right, number 9, Kiana Daniel. Kiana Daniel, she is a heck of an investor. She's a mother. She's a happy hustler. And she talks all about financial independence. And the lesson here is financial independence actually comes from being smart with your investments and like doing due diligence and then knowing your risk tolerance. The insight here is Kiana advocates for understanding how to invest in stocks and cryptocurrency as a way to build personal wealth. All right, I gotta say, personal wealth and making your money work for you. If you want a happy hustle in the alignment financial abundance, which you need to, then you should check her out. Okay, number 10, my man, Mr. Rich Christensen. I gotta say, this guy has a heart of gold, and he is the founder of Legato family. He had 48 different companies. He's really been a mentor in my life, and I'm just blessed to call him a friend. The lesson that he says is fail fast and fail often. Your failures are the stepping stones to success. The insight here is Rich emphasizes the importance of learning from your mistakes and pivoting quickly to stay ahead. And something cool about Rich is not only is he successful with his businesses, but he's also a best-selling author, but he's also a father to, I believe, 5 sons. And each one of his sons, like I think 4 out of the 5 started a $1 million company before the age of 18. And they all had to go through these rites of passages. Like at the age of 16, they had to sign a contract that they'll never take another penny from him. So he advises billionaire families on how not to squander their kids with wealth. And it's a really important topic, especially as happy hustlers. We're growing in our abundance and we want to use it wisely, giving philanthropically, yes, but also to our family in an intentional way where we don't spoil them. And if you're interested in this topic further, you got to check out Legato Family. I believe we have a discount code, shameless plug. I just think it's happy. So yeah, check it out if you want to get, they have a whole course and everything. Okay, number 11, and we just did 10. Wow, we are on our way, folks. All right, number 11, Mr. John Lee Dumas. This guy, OG happy hustler. He's been in the podcast game for over a decade as well. He gets millions of downloads per month. He has an amazing show called Entrepreneurs on Fire. He's a really close friend of mine now. Been, out to Montana on our masterminds, and yeah, just a really awesome dude. We both became fathers at about the same time, about a month apart. So super cool going through that journey with him. Anyway, the lesson here with him is clear goals and a strong vision are essential for entrepreneurial success. Essential. And then insight here is John teaches that having a defined purpose and measurable goals not only guides your actions, but also helps you stay motivated through challenges on your entrepreneurial journey. Something cool about him too is he's very transparent with all of his numbers. So if you go to his website, entrepreneursonfire.com, I think it's just eofire.com, you can see how much money he makes every single month and the breakdown of it. And I love that about him. All right, number 12, Mr. Keith Yackey. This guy, entrepreneur, but now he has a company called Married Game. He's hilarious. He's in your face about just keeping it real. And his lesson is don't wait. Pursue your passions now so you can live without regrets and also foster amazing love. And he just has a way of cutting through the BS and telling it how it is. His insight here is Keith urges us to stop postponing our dreams, stressing the importance of taking immediate action and just doing more of what you love to do. And in his process Married Game, he goes through these like seductive dials to win your wife back. Specifically, he deals with married businessmen, and he talks about how to actually have more sex. So if you're interested in that, check him out at Married Game. All right, number 13, my friend, Miss Selena Sue. She has spent a lot of time in the PR game, entrepreneur, really cool human. And the lesson here is the right relationships can accelerate your success faster than anyone else and faster than anything else. Excuse me. The thing about her, she has a huge network and she knows how to manage contacts, and she's, been featured in Forbes and Inc. and Entrepreneur Magazine, and she knows how to get her clients the proper PR, public relations, and yeah. The insight here is Selena shares how building a powerful network can open doors and create opportunities you never thought possible. All right, number 14, Mr. Chris Crone. He, again, is a serial entrepreneur and real estate maverick. And his lesson is real estate is one of the best tools to generate wealth. And, I think he's done over 2 billion in real estate transactions. Anyway, the insight here is Chris teaches how real estate investing can be a powerful vehicle for financial freedom and legacy building. And I will just say this about Chris, I've met him and hung out with him in person, and his heart is huge. He really has he really has a big heart. He cares, he wants to help people, he gives back, and yeah, he's a happy hustler. All right, 15, Miss Tia Graham. She's a best-selling author. She's also a TEDx speaker, and her lesson is similar actually to the happy hustle. We talk about, happiness. She talks about happiness. But her lesson is happiness and success go hand in hand when you lead with positivity. And she talks about how to be a happy leader. Her insight, or my insight for her lesson, T explains that fostering a positive work environment increases not just productivity, but overall well-being. All right, Mr. Alex Benaya, number 16. I think he was the youngest best-selling business author of all time. He wrote the book, The Third Door, phenomenal book if you haven't read it. But then he goes around and speaks on the topic. And, he's interviewed some of the most successful individuals in the world. And his journey, he showcases like how he got these interviews and using the third door. The lesson here is the key to success is finding your third door, and an unconventional path that no one sees but you. And this concept is huge. It could really change everything in your trajectory if you think about it. The insight here is Alex inspires us to stop waiting for permission and create our own opportunities. Yes, indeed. You got to do that. He talks about like how he interviewed Larry King and he like begged him for an interview for like weeks on end. So you got to check it out. All right. Number 17, Miss Tori Gordon. She has been doing a lot of breath work lately, leading that in consciousness. And she's also an entrepreneur, has a personal brand. Super cool female friend of mine. And lesson here is from her, embracing vulnerability is the key to authentic personal growth. Insight here, Tori teaches that true transformation begins when you open up and face your emotions head on. And she has a powerful story and she shares it very openly and very authentically. All right, number 18, Mr. Pat Flynn. This guy, OG online marketer and entrepreneur. And yeah, really, he's been in the YouTube game for a long time. Really, if you haven't heard of Pat Flynn, you got to go and check out his work. He teaches people how to make money online. Very, very prominent entrepreneur, and one I recommend checking out and following. All right, lesson here is serving your audience with authentic value is the key to building a loyal following. Insight, Pat shares how delivering real value and being transparent with your audience creates trust and builds a sustainable business. And he's all about building trust, delivering real value, solving real problems, and you got to check him out. All right, number 19, Miss Amberly Lago, my friend and fellow podcaster and author and TEDx speaker. She's just a really, again, talk about another person with a heart of gold. Lesson here is pain can be transformed into purpose with the right mindset, because she got in a terrible hole. She almost died from a motorcycle accident. Almost lost her leg too, but she had a 99% chance of ever walking again, or a 1% chance, excuse me. The odds were stacked against her. And here she is, walking, working out, doing her thing. Insight, Amberly shares her powerful story of overcoming adversity and using it as a source of strength to inspire others. All right. Love it. We're on number 20. Keep on going. Hal Elrod is number 20, and he wrote The Miracle Morning, best-selling author. Really, like I modeled a lot of our book, The Happy Hustle, and like our frameworks after I read his books because he has a way, the Savers morning routine, that just captured the world. And he's got millions and millions of people who have bought and read his books. And he did it self published, and he did it with a sticky IP strategy, intellectual property. So I really appreciate how he's a friend of mine now, both part of Front Row Dads. Anyway, the lesson here is you can overcome any adversity by focusing on daily habits and a positive mindset. Insight: Hal teaches the value of his miracle morning routine and how daily personal development leads to long term transformation. Again, the Miracle Morning, it's an acronym: SAVERS. Let's hopefully I get it right. Scribing, affirmations, vision, exercise, and gosh, now I'm gonna be put on the spot. Let me just I'll tell you right now. Savers, Hal, Elrod. Okay, let me just tell you the last ones. Okay, reading and scribing. Okay, so we got silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. That is the Savers morning routine. And I got to say, if you're like lacking in the morning routine department, definitely start that. All right, 21, Miss Tamara Andres. She is she's a powerful woman of faith and an awesome entrepreneur. And her lesson is aligning with your purpose leads to fulfillment and success and more of a godly connection. Insight here is Tamara advocates for connecting your work to your personal values and your spiritual beliefs to find true fulfillment and really to attract your tribe. She's very vocal about her faith, and it's cool to see that. Number 22, my man, Mike Zeller. He's also a serial entrepreneur, big influencer. Lesson here is your zone of genius is where your greatest impact lies. So focus on what you're uniquely good at. And he wrote a book about this. Insight: Mike encourages us to identify our natural strengths and leverage them to create both success and happiness. Yes, check him out. Number 23, Mr. Travis Believes. Actually, I was introduced to Travis from Mike, so naturally stack them together here. The lesson here is your influence is only as powerful as the value you bring to others. And he's worked with people like Prince E.A. and Lewis Howes and Tom Bilyeu and Rob Dial and all sorts of others. But he knows the social media game, and he knows how to create influence. Insight: Travis explains that influence should be used for positive impact, helping others achieve their goals while building your own platform. We're cruising along. Number 24, Chandler Bolt. This guy wrote the self-publishing school book, and he has a self-publishing school course and academy. Really cool human. Had him on the pod. We talked all about book writing, and the lesson here is writing a book is a game changer.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Apologies for interrupting your programming, but I have to tell you, the best investment you can make in yourself is one in which helps you acquire skills. You've probably heard people talk about, oh, just invest in yourself and you'll be successful. Yes, that's true to a degree, but you have to invest in skills that will ultimately help you achieve your desired results. And I think one of the best skills one can possess, be it an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur, is the sales sword. Really knowing how to sell, utilizing pressure-free persuasion, which will make you more money and more impact. Now, if you want to know how to sell more efficiently and effectively, I just launched a sales course called The Proven Roadmap Process to Selling Millions of Dollars and helping you to increase your conversions, guaranteed. And you can get access to this new sales course that The Happy Hustle is launching at thehappyhustle.com/sales. And if you act fast, you'll get it at the lowest price it'll ever be available, because we are launching it and we want to gain amazing testimonials and social proof to further share this knowledge. So if you act fast, you can get it at the lowest price it'll ever be. That's at thehappyhustle.com/sales. Now let's get back to this episode.
For building authority in your field. It really is. I've seen that with my own book. And if you want to build authority and credibility, write a book. I think everyone should write a book. I think it is just a very great download of your wisdom, and yeah, teach you a lot about yourself. Anyway, insights here. Chandler reveals how publishing a book can open doors, build credibility, and accelerate business growth. Woo! All right, number 25, guys. We're halfway there. We're crushing. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am enjoying. We're talking about the 500th episode here, so we had to do something special. So it's a little longer than our typical solo episodes, but hey, I hope you're appreciating it. I'm going to take a sip of water because I need it because I've been motor mouthing over here. Okay. William Branham is number 25. And this is a close friend of mine, 26-year Navy SEAL veteran, absolute badass, been on like 9 combat tours. But he is someone who talks all about how discipline is freedom, similar to Jocko Willink in that sense. However, success in life comes from mastering self-discipline. And he talks about that in his Navy SEAL Secrets. He also is the founder of an awesome CBD company, Naked Warrior Recovery. Shout out to him. The insight here is William, as a former Navy SEAL, highlights that discipline and small daily actions leads to long-term success. All right, number 26, literally one of my favorite authors ever, Mr. John Gordon. I think he's authored 20 best-selling books. Guy's a stud. Met him in person, hung with him at Ed Milet's event. Really, really, really just powerful human and a happy hustler at that. His wife, Catherine, is awesome too. They wrote a book called Relationship Grit. I got to say, that is a really good book. I think a lot of people quit on their relationships too early. You got to have freaking grit. My relationship's definitely not perfect. We got to have grit and hold tight and remember the commitment and the vows. Anyway, he talks about that in his book, but one of the lessons I love about him and that he shares is positive energy is contagious. Lead with optimism to create lasting success. And if you haven't read the book, The Energy Buzz, definitely order it today. It's all about how to get rid of energy vampires in your life and really start the happy hustle, an amazing life with people who support you and want you to win. All right, the insight here is John shares that leadership is rooted in positivity and inspires others to foster a winning culture. So you want to have that winning culture. He wrote another book like The Power of a Winning Team. Just check out his books. All right, number 27, Mr. Chris Van Fleet. This guy, really awesome human, happy hustler, huge on YouTube, has billions of views. He also does like WWE commentary, but he also does like entertainment, reporting and hosting. And he's interviewed The Rock and Margot Robbie and all sorts of people. You got to just watch his stuff. He's really great at the content game. Anyway, the lesson here is curiosity is the key to building strong relationships and unlocking new opportunities. Insight, Chris shows how asking the right questions and staying genuinely curious can open doors in both personal and professional life. And, I've talked to him about like doing a interview masterclass because he's a master interviewer. I mean, he's interviewed literally the biggest names in the world. Denzel Washington, Leo DiCaprio, all sorts of people. So check him out. Anyway, number 28, Mr. Ian Stanley, comedian, expert copywriter, friend of mine, came out to multiple masterminds. We've hung out in person a bunch, and he is definitely someone you want to learn from when it comes to like sales and copywriting. But he also is very funny and shares a lesson here. And the lesson is humor is a powerful tool for breaking down barriers and connecting to others. And I've seen this with my own Second City improv comedy background. I went through the whole Second City A through E training program in Chicago, and it took me 3 years, but I've used improv a ton in growing my business and just, again, interacting in life. All right, the insight here is Ian teaches how injecting humor into your communication can improve relationships and ease difficult conversations. Yes, facts indeed. All right, number 29, probably one of the greatest happy hustlers that I know, Mr. Randy Garn, serial entrepreneur, best-selling author, but really, like, this guy writes handwritten notes every single day to people. And he's a giver, he's a connector. The lesson here is relationships are your greatest asset. Nurture them like your business. Insight, Randy emphasizes the importance of building genuine connections and how they can lead to long term success. I actually showcased Randy in, I think it was Loving Relationships, as a spotlight here for, yeah, pretty much for someone who's crushing it with their relationships. He has, I don't even know how many kids. I think he's got like 5 kids, but here he is listed here. Page, let's see what page this is. 92. So if you got the book, check out the page 92. Learn more about Randy. All right, number 30, my brother, Mr. Ryan Blazer, and he is founder of Test My Home, which is all about getting rid of the toxins that are killing us, from mold to electromagnetic fields to water to toxic blue light and everything in between. The lesson here is the environments we create for ourselves have a huge impact on our health and our happiness. Insight, Ryan explains how optimizing your living and workspaces for health can drastically improve well being. Facts. Check out Ryan, Test My Home, guys. I think, again, we have a coupon code for him. Use code HAPPY. But he has these at home kits that, if you want to test your current environment and see, like, really, like, what's the status of where you're living and breathing every single day for you and your family, you got to check out his kits and see. Don't just guess, test. All right, number 31, Mr. Jeff Lerner, again, serial entrepreneur, founder of Entree Institute. Lesson here is true freedom comes from financial independence paired with personal fulfillment. See, a lot of people, they don't have personal fulfillment. They might have money, but they don't have like joy. And that's, again, what the Happy Hustle is all about, marrying the two, ambition and well-being. All right, insight here. Jeff highlights the importance of not just making money, but designing a life that aligns with your passions. And you got to feel passionate about it, or else you will burn out. Steve Jobs even talks about this. Like, you're not going to have the energy to persevere past the inevitable adversity that entrepreneurism, whatever the word is properly used in this context, is going to throw at you. You know, this journey, it'll get you. So you have to have passion, persevere. All right. Number 32, Deidra Siriani. And again, speaker, coach, facilitator, really cool human. Lesson, living in alignment with your truth brings peace and purpose. Insight, Deidra shares how embracing authenticity in both personal and professional life leads to deeper fulfillment. Again, there's a theme here. Number 33, my man, Mr. Hollis Carter, founder of Baby Bathwater Institute. Really cool organization, also serial entrepreneur, but he is all about building community. And the lesson here is building a community around your brand is essential for long-term success. Like, especially with AI and all this growth of technology, the thing that AI can't do is build community. Like, we need to build community offline and have these amazing connections. That's why shout out to the Happy Hustle Club, our family of high-performing entrepreneurs coming together and supporting each other personally and professionally. He has something similar in Baby Bathwater. Anyway, the insight here is Hollis shares how fostering an engaged community leads to greater loyalty and authentic growth for any business. I recently actually heard Ryan Dice talk about aggregating a like-minded group of people in one place at one time is one of the most difficult things to do in any business. But if you do it, it can be one of the most transformational. So yeah, heed that advice. If you're going to do an event, definitely recommend it, but make sure you are creating a strategy for it to foster that connection and actually get people to show up. Number 34, my cowboy brother, Mr. Tyson Durfee. He is a pro rodeo cowboy and just entrepreneur and really cool person. Lesson, the journey to success is about mastering consistency and discipline, especially in rodeo. You know, he was all about, again, consistency, discipline, persevering. Insight here, Tyson highlights that staying committed to the process, no matter the setbacks, again, that's the key to actually making it happen in success. Number 35, Maggie Cook, serial entrepreneur. I think she sold her salsa company, if I remember right, for like $240 million. I mean, really cool entrepreneur. Lesson here, your past does not define you. She was like an orphan in Mexico. You gotta, yeah, really cool person. But your past does not define you. It's what you do with your experiences that matter. The insight here is Maggie's story shows how overcoming adversity can lead to extraordinary success if you remain resilient and determined. Number 36, baby, we are cruising. Warren Phillips, my bro from, well, technically he lives in Utah, but I think he's from actually Montana, but he has a social media that is blowing up. You got to check him out at Non-Toxic Dad. And his lesson is detoxifying your environment is literally the key to optimal health. Insight, Warren reveals how toxins in our everyday environment can affect our overall health and shares practical ways to eliminate them. Yeah, highly recommend following him because he cancels. He does this fun thing where he cancels all these things that are toxic, harming you and your family, in different stores that you might frequent. I just saw one he did at Costco about silverware, and I was like, "What? This silverware has nickel and it leaches into your body and it poisons you?" So I've stopped using a lot of products based on just following him. Anyway, number 37, James Schramko. This guy, Australian entrepreneur, one of the biggest podcasters over there, and he is a lifestyle entrepreneur. And this guy, he used to run like Mercedes Benz dealerships, was like one of their top salesmen in the world. But then he wanted to actually get time freedom. Now he surfs every day, has an awesome membership business. Learned a lot from him. Lesson here is simplicity in business leads to better results and greater freedom. Insight, James stresses the power of streamlining your business operations to focus on what really matters, allowing for more free time and less stress. Number 38, Mr. Graham Cochran. This guy, actually, I have his book right here, Rebel. Great book, great friend, man of God, just really cool entrepreneur. Lesson, passive income allows you to live your life on your terms. And he's all about like teaching people with online businesses and also just being a rebel in your life, going against the crowd, not being a sheeple and doing stuff that is aligned with you. Insight, Graham explains how creating online courses and digital products can help you generate income while having more freedom. This is true. Number 39, Rob Luna. He came from nothing and has built a ton up. He's a financial, a wealth manager and financial coach, basically, and consultant. But his whole thing is how to, crush it with your finances. His lesson here is financial literacy is essential for achieving long-term financial success. Obviously, you got to read, you got to learn, you got to know the difference between a stock and a bond. I talk about this in our book, alignment 6, Abundance Financially. All right, the insight, Rob advocates for educating yourself about personal finance, investment, and wealth management as a cornerstone for financial independence. Now, let me just tell you this. With Rob, you got to read his book. This is a good one, but also another book is I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. I want to just talk about like powerful books when it comes to finances, and that's one of them. Number 40, guys, home stretch. Let's go. 10 left. Come on. Tara Zerker, she's like a beast at running traffic and Facebook ads. And for Meta, she was one of Meta's highest agency earners. Anyway, she talks about the lesson of mastering paid advertising is the fastest way to scale your business. So if you want to get more leads, look to paid traffic, but you got to do it with a strategy and do it with experts. Insight, Tara teaches how to use Facebook and Instagram ads effectively to grow your audience and drive more sales. Point in case. Number freaking 41. Let's go. Jimmy Rex. Again, lifestyle entrepreneur, made most of his money, I think, in real estate, but now he has a cool group called We Are the They, and he's a podcaster, author, etc. Lesson, being willing to take risks that set you apart from the crowd. You got to do this. Insight, Jimmy explains how embracing uncertainty and taking calculated risks is essential for reaching new heights in life and business. Number 42, Miss Forbes Riley. I think she was on the infomercial game, and she's done billions of dollars in sales from infomercials. Anyway, I think I'm going on her podcast tomorrow. Yeah, that's a good reminder. Got to prep for that. Lesson, sales is about connection and authenticity, not manipulation. Insight, Forbes teaches that most successful salespeople build genuine connections and offer real value to their customers. Let's go. Number 43, Mr. Clayton Mask, CEO and founder of Keep, amazing software as a service company. Lesson here is automating your business processes allows you to scale more efficiently. This is true. Insight, Clayton shows how leveraging technology to automate repetitive tasks can free up time to focus on growing your business. You got to check out he has a new book out, really good book. I mean, all about how to basically systematize your life and your business as an entrepreneur. Very aligned with the Happy Hustle. Number 44, Mr. Justin Donald. Speaking of lifestyle, he is the lifestyle investor, best-selling author, And he talks all about investing in cash flowing assets that give you financial freedom. Like, don't invest in a new car that is not actually an asset. Invest in multifamily real estate, or he bought mobile home parks. That was how he most made his first passive income. But really, insight for him is he reveals how investing in passive income generating assets can help you achieve financial independence faster. And he like retired his wife with just one mobile home park. He bought it on a seller financing note, so he didn't even have to put much money down and have to go to a bank. Anyway, check him out. Number 45, Trisha Sorrentino. And she is the CEO of Belay. Shout out to Belay. Use code Happy Hustle to save with them if you need VAs or bookkeepers or accountants. But she worked her way up from like a VA to the CEO of a 9-figure company. Very inspiring. Anyway, the lesson here is delegation is the key to scaling your business and maintaining balance. Facts. Insight here is Trisha advocates for outsourcing tasks and trusting your team, allowing you to focus on the bigger picture and prevent burnout. This is true. Number 46, my man, Stefanos Sifandos. Great name, Greek. And yeah, he is very conscious, very awake, brother from another mother, and relationship coach, consciousness creator, really cool person. Lesson here is deep relationships are built through vulnerability and trust. Insight, Stefanos teaches the power of authentic connection and how vulnerability is the key to building meaningful relationships. You should actually check him out on social media. He's a really great guy to follow. Number 47, Nathan Barry, CEO and founder of ConvertKit, what we use to send emails. He built an awesome SaaS company. The lesson is building an audience is the most important asset for creators. Insight, Nathan emphasizes the importance of nurturing a loyal audience, whether through email lists, social media, or content creation to drive long-term success. Very true. Got to use email. Email is key. Social media is rented real estate. Email is an owned real estate asset. Don't forget that. Build your email list. Number 48, Mel Abraham. And Mel is a really great human. He's actually a martial artist, black belt in multiple different fields, but he is a CPA and accountant by trade, but yeah, financial guru, and wrote a cool new book, Building Your Money Machine. And he talks about lesson, building wealth is about creating impact, not just income. Insight, Mel explains that true wealth comes from leaving a lasting legacy and making a difference in the lives of others. Facts, people, straight facts. All right, number 49, Mr. Dakota Meyer. Talk about a badass. This guy received a Purple Heart from President Obama for his valor in Afghanistan. And yeah, he was a Marine, saved a bunch of lives. Check out his very powerful story. Lesson, honor and integrity are the foundations of a meaningful life. Very true. Insight, Dakota shares how living with honor and making decisions based on integrity is what defines a successful and purposeful life. Number 50, Shelly Lefko. She's a cool entrepreneur. And not only that, she has a huge institute on, just like your beliefs. Lesson here is your beliefs shape your reality. Changing your beliefs can actually change your life. And then insight, Shelley teaches that many of our limiting behaviors stem from unconscious beliefs. And by shifting these beliefs, we can achieve personal and professional breakthroughs. That is number 50. And we're going to do 2 for good luck and just a bonus. Number 51, Mr. Bo Eason. He is a, all-pro safety. He, like a New York Times bestselling author, a playwright, but really cool person. And his lesson is storytelling is the most powerful tool you have to influence others. The insight here is Bo reveals your personal story reveals that your personal story makes you unique and is the key to connecting with your audience on a deeper level. Wow. All right. Final one, number 52. And I have to let me take a sip of my coffee for this one. Okay. Number 52, Mr. Rory Vaden. Again, my brother from another mother. I've learned so much from him. Co-founder of Brand Builders Group, New York Times bestselling author, and Hall of Fame speaker. He was actually listed on the back of our book as a shout out. And want me to read what he said? He said, very few people know how to strike the perfect balance between dominating at your work and dominating in your personal life. Cary Jack is rare in his ability to do both. And in this book, he shows you how. That was the shout out we put on the back of the book that he said about me and this book. Anyway, shameless plug. But the lesson from him is when you have diluted focus, you get diluted results. I'm going to say it again. When you have diluted focus, you get diluted results. And the insight here is with this podcast, when we had diluted focus and we didn't focus on it, we were getting diluted results in every other area, including the podcast. But when you focus on something and you make it a priority, you can crush it. You can happy hustle a life that you love. So focus on the thing that you know you need to focus on. Think about it. Whatever it is for you right now, eliminate the other distractions. Double down on what is important to you and what matters most. That is 52 of the greatest lessons learned. Yes, we did 2 bonus ones from the Happy Hustle on our 500th episode. And I am not going to recap all those because it will take far too long. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some value. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please comment. Let me know which one is your favorite. Which one of those lessons really resonated. Send me a DM at Cary Jack. And if you send me a DM at your favorite, we are going to get you a free copy of my new book that I've been raving about, shamelessly plugging left and right. So send me a DM with the greatest lesson that you thought was most powerful for you. And yeah, we'll hook you up. All right. I love you. That's it. I'm going to wrap this. 500 episodes, baby. Woo! Celebratory. Cue the balloons. Cue the little horn. All the celebratory things. Nonetheless, keep on happy hustling. Please just do yourself a favor. Systematically harmonize that ambition and that well-being, aka happy hustle life that you love. Here's to 500 more episodes. I am out. Peace and love, y'all.